Aloha Kauai, I'm Trisha Allen, and this is the Hōʻike Weekly. Let's talk about a gem in our community, KKCR, our very own public radio station. Nestled right here on our beautiful island, KKCR is all about bringing us diverse programming and the latest community news. Whether you're into music, talk shows, or cultural insights, KKCR has something for everyone, keeping our island's spirit alive on the airwaves. Now, if you love KKCR, you'll be thrilled to know that they share a special bond with us here at Hōʻike, Kauai's public access TV channel. Both are all about giving a voice to the community, showcasing the rich tapestry of local culture, education, and issues that matter to us. I was lucky enough to grab a quick second with the woman in charge over at KKCR, who you may know as Radio Annie. Check it out.
What do? You ask me a question, I answer that? Or you ask me a question, I look at you?
In the studio, we have Annie from KKCR. And what is your role at KKCR?
I am the general manager of Kauai Community Radio.
That sounds like a big job.
I think so.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you?
Love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what does a general manager of a station do exactly?
I make connections with people. And the connections are, I get this person who's interested in this to talk to that person. And
How long have you been in radio?
not very long. I mean, I've been a volunteer forever.
Yeah.
I was on the board of directors. I have a radio show from 6 to 8 on Wednesday nights, Good Times Radio. And so I'm not a radio person, but I've been obsessed with it since I was a kid.
I love that.
I love it.
Isn't it great when you can make something that you just love with your whole heart part of what you do for a living? It helps pay your bills.
Yeah.
Okay, now I do have some questions I can't take
Okay.
full credit for because in honor of the AI workshop that's being held at Hōʻike, I enlisted the help of AI to come up with some of these questions for you today. Some are serious and some are kind of funny.
Okay.
And they're just random. So
Okay. Tell me what the robots say.
Okay, they want to know what you consider one of the biggest challenges facing KKCR Kauai today and how you intend to address it.
I'm going to say 2 challenges. Okay. The first challenge is always funding. Because we are a nonprofit, non-commercial radio station, and so we have to sing for our supper.
Got it.
And that's easier in some years and harder in some years. And Hawaii, Kauai has been hit kind of hard since the COVID pandemic, and so funding is a thing that we're always going to be struggling with. The second one is how people do media is different. Radio is very analog. It's old world. It's been around for 100 years.
Yeah, you got to tune the dial, and if there's something in the way, you lose the signal.
Yeah, the whole thing. And the taste that consumers have for media now is that they like it on demand. I want to listen to what I want to listen to when I want to listen to it, and just think about it. We watch our TV programs on demand. We listen to our streaming services on demand whenever we want to.
Yeah.
But radio is scheduled.
That's right.
And so having to compete with that desire to have what you want when you want it and our scheduled system. So how do you compete with that? How do you work with it even more? Like, do we create our own podcasts? Do we create online archives? Do you listen online now, or do you listen with a radio dial? Most people don't even have a radio in their house. So just responding to modern media preferences is a big challenge for community radio.
What are some of the things that you're doing at KKCR to help usher that new wave of media usage in?
We have you can listen online all the time, kkcr.org.
Okay.
And you can also listen on our free app.
Ooh, free apps are fun.
Yes.
What's the name of the app?
KKCR.
Oh, okay, that's easy to remember.
Yeah, good one, right?
Yeah.
So you can find that at any app store, and you just download it, and so you can listen to what's going on the air right now, and you can also scroll through archived shows. So every show that's been broadcast on KKCR, you've got 2 weeks to listen to it again.
Nice.
And then there's special archives. It's like a really good show or a really good talk show, or we did this interview that was just killed it.
Okay.
We put that in our special archives as
Oh,
well, so you can always listen to those shows.
so there's options.
Yeah.
People like
Yeah.
options.
We like
That was
options,
smart.
so then you can still do that on-demand listening as well as have the streamed radio experience.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, here's a fun question. If you were stranded on a desert island and you could only bring 3, and I'm going to expand this from albums to programs from the KKCR Kauai Library, which ones would you choose? And briefly, why?
Oh, this is really difficult. I mean, I'm gonna say my own radio show, right?
Obviously.
Obviously, Good Times Radio.
Yeah.
That's 6 to 8. I also really like, it's solid action. It's Friday evenings from 6 to 8.
Okay.
That is a great radio show, and it just
Okay.
cracks me up.
Solid action?
Solid action.
Okay.
The DJ is Stevie D, and he's a nut. He's great.
Oh, nerds and nuts. We like
Nerds
both.
and nuts, yeah. He's basically a vinyl nerd. And the third one, I'm gonna leave open because I just don't know.
You can check the archives. Maybe just archive.
Yeah.
Have the archive option.
Right.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's a reasonable answer. I'll allow it. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Hard question,
I
Robot.
want to do another fun question because
Okay.
hard questions are boring. Serious ones are too. So if you could have any superpower to help you manage the radio station and help with your day-to-day, what would it be and how would you use it?
Hands down teleportation, in which the radio station's in Princeville.
Okay.
I live on the east side,
Oh, all right.
and I have a lot of volunteers that live on the west side. So if we could teleport our DJs everywhere,
Would you have to be with them though? So you'd have to be probably holding their
I'd
hands,
be totally
right?
fine.
Okay.
I'd be good with that.
All right.
Yeah, because I'll
That's
just
commitment.
I'll just teleport over to Hanapepe,
All right.
pick up Brother Lou, take him to Princeville. Got you, guy. See you when you're done.
He'd probably appreciate the savings on gas alone.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
let alone being teleported. How cool.
Yeah, right. And then I would like the commute for me getting home would be great. You know, I could just pick. Imagine the talent that we could get on KKCR if we could just teleport them.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
So another fun question, since we're on a roll. If KKCR were to have an official mascot, what would it be? What would you name it? And how would it represent the station?
I have to give props to the Hound of Music, who is my dog. His name is Wilson.
Oh, Wilson.
And he comes to the radio station with me all the time. I call him the Hound of Music. From time to time, he will talk on the radio too. But he does love Big Mama Thornton. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. His favorite artists are Hound Dog Taylor and Howlin' Wolf.
That's amazing.
So he comes to the radio station, he's got a bed, and he greets everyone that comes into the radio studio.
Oh, Wilson. We need
know.
pictures of Wilson to go with this interview.
Okay,
To
yeah,
splice
for
in.
sure. He's got headphones.
People are going to want to know what Wilson looks like, what the new KKCR mascot looks like. Okay, one last question. This one is a serious one, unfortunately. We have to have more than just one serious
do it.
one. Where should people go to listen to KKCR, the website, the app? Tell us all again, just to make sure that the info is out there and understood.
Okay. KKCR is Kauai's #1 non-commercial radio station. We are listener-supported, volunteer-powered, and you can find us at 91.9 island-wide, 90.9 in Hanalei, and 92.7 on Honolulu and Moloa'a, and you can also find us at 88.9 in Honolulu. We're streaming worldwide at kkcr.org and also on our free app.
Whew. So there is plenty of opportunities to catch KKCR and Wilson's favorite show.
You know, I think that Wilson's favorite show is gonna be the Garden Island Bluegrass Show, and that is on Tuesdays from 2 to 4 because they bring snacks. But really, there's something for everyone on KKCR, really.
I listen and I love. So thank you,
Thanks.
Radio Annie, for coming in
Thank you.
and doing this little interview with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Together, KKCR, Hōʻike, and Wilson are making sure that the voices of Kauai are heard loud and clear. So next time you tune in or switch on, remember, it's all about keeping Kauai connected.
All right, Kauai, it's Newsflash time. The island may be small, but there's a lot happening around here and you have things to do. So let's give you the latest in a short and entertaining way so you can go about your day informed. Last week, a partial closure of Polehale State Park began for dune protection, specifically restricting vehicles' access to the Queens Pond area from Monday to Friday while restoration efforts are underway. The area will be open on the weekends though, so don't worry. The project involves placing boulders to protect the sensitive dune and coastal ecosystem, improving the entry road, and installing educational signs about the cultural and ecological importance of the dunes. The DLNR Division of State Parks is collaborating with local descendants and the community to ensure that the preservation of these areas, urging visitors to stay on designated paths to prevent damage. At last week's Fire Commission meeting, the Kauai Fire Department honored personnel from Rescue 3 and the Kapa'a and Kaloa fire stations for their heroic efforts during the April 2024 flood. From the night of April 11th to April 12th, these crews successfully rescued 26 individuals and 2 dogs in the Kaloa, Wailua, and Kapa'a areas. The list you see on the screen is the firefighters who Kauai is so very proud of. Summer in Hawaii brings opportunities for families to get outside and interact with amazing natural resources as you head outdoors to hike, camp, view wildlife, or spend time with pets. The DLNR Division of Forestry and Wildlife asks residents and visitors to engage with nature responsibly and respectfully through a new awareness campaign called Be Pono. Hiking Pono is the first step, and that means clean gear to avoid spreading rapid ohia death or invasive seeds. Stay on the trails to help our ecosystem stay healthy, and keep music in your headphones to let others enjoy the natural music of our forests. Step 2, play Pono. Keep campfires safely contained and ready to extinguish. Avoid wildfire risk from fireworks by going to professional shows. Step 3, gather Pono. Sustainably rely on our forests for wood, fruit, foliage, and other items with landowner permission and our easy collection permit system. Step 4, Malama Pono, wildlife. You can keep wildlife wild by viewing from a distance and never leave food outdoors that might make wildlife sick. Finally, step 5, be a Pono pet parent. Your pet can be a life-saving hero to our native wildlife by staying indoors, in a contained backyard, or on a leash. For more information about this campaign, visit the link on your screen. Lots of keiki on Kauai have been spotted lately playing with a unique Japanese toy. You may have seen them around. They're called kendamas, and they are one of the most popular ways to stay busy. Besides a phone, of course. Now, if you haven't seen one of these in action, take a look at this video and get in the know about the Kendama Craze.
A kendama is a wooden toy consisting of 3 main parts: the ken, or handle, the tama, the ball, and the string that connects them. The ken has 3 cuts, along with a spike at the top. The tama has a hole in it designed to fit the spike.
My name is Jaden Someto, and I've been doing tricks for 1 year.
Originating in Japan in the 17th century, kendama was originally used as a drinking game. Losers had to take a sip for every missed catch. Fast forward a few centuries, and this simple toy has evolved into a global phenomenon, captivating people of all ages with its blend of simplicity and skill. In a world dominated by screens and digital entertainment, kendama offers a refreshing break. It's a tool for mindfulness, improving hand-eye coordination, and simply having fun. Plus, the feeling of nailing a new trick after countless tries? Absolutely unbeatable. What makes kendama even more special is the community that surrounds it. Enthusiasts from all over the world connect through social media, sharing their latest tricks and hosting virtual competitions. Kendama clubs and events are popping up everywhere, making it more than just a toy. It's a way to make friends and challenge yourself.
What's that double clap sound like?
So the next time you're looking for a new hobby or a unique way to impress your friends or kids, give kendama a try. It's not just a toy, it's a journey of skill, patience, and endless fun.
Okay, now it's not it. Yep.
Sorry about the knock, Jaden. It's that time of month again. Yep, time for the Salvation Army monthly ARC event. Bring in your unwanted items and they'll unload them and cart them away for you. The event takes place at 3460 Ahukini Road in Lihue from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Friday, June 28th. Residents, businesses, and other organizations can bring in unwanted or unneeded items for reuse, including clothing, small furniture, children's toys, books, and shoes. Clothing and textiles do not need to be in good condition, which means torn or stained clothing is just fine. A great event for residents and visitors alike is happening at the Grand Hyatt Kauai Resort and Spa this Saturday. The Hoʻohanohano Moʻomeheu begins at 10 a.m. and runs until 2 p.m. This event honoring Hawaiian culture will have performances by local musicians and halau, as well as locally made crafts and island products. A list of cultural workshops for the event, like block printing using native plant designs, coconut frond weaving, lei hulu, lei lae, ni'ihau shell earring, and lauhala weaving are also available for pre-registration. Kōkeʻe Lodge has been a favorite for visitors and locals alike for just about ever. But what they're doing with their dinner menu is something very new and extremely exciting. I sat down with Chef Dominic Garcia to discuss Kōkeʻe Lodge's new Hawaii-inspired dinner menu. And if you're gonna watch this video, you might wanna grab a napkin so you don't drool on yourself.
Click the link below.
All the YouTube videos, jeez.
I'm Dominic Garcia. I'm the chef here at Kōkeʻe Lodge.
Every second Saturday of the month, Chef Dominic Garcia curates a 6 to 7 course menu inspired by locally sourced and grown ingredients at the Kōkeʻe Lodge. Inspired by the places he's been and using what's available on island, Chef Dominic Garcia and the staff at Kōkeʻe Lodge impress diners with their perfectly plated meals and unique flavor combinations. So these Hawaii-inspired dinner menus at Kōkeʻe Lodge, what is the creative process like for something like that? How do you come up with the menu? Because it's a 7-course meal, so there's quite a bit of food there.
Kind of base the menu and the dishes off of what's available, and then I come up with something. So like if mangoes, I'm like, okay, I want to do a mango dessert. And I'm like, hey, what else is a summer thing? Okay, tomatoes, cucumber, and then what kind of protein is available locally, and lamb. We get lamb from the Big Island. And so we always try to showcase a cut of lamb on the menu for one of the dinners. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So this past menu that I had the pleasure of eating from, there was something called Michelle's Goat.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about that dish?
Yes.
Okay.
So Michelle is, she raised these goats, and her son is actually a barista for us.
Nice.
And he actually reached out to us and was like, hey, my mom's slaughtering some goat. Do you guys want some goat? And we're like, hell yeah. It's like something that you don't, see very often on a menu. And yeah, that dish, we made some homemade naan, and I actually cased the goat, and I made a merguez sausage, which is like a Moroccan-style sausage. Served that with some cauliflower tabbouleh. And that's kind of play on like a falafel, like a naan, little lamb merguez, and a little tabbouleh salad.
It was delicious. Thank you, Michelle, for your goat, because it was absolutely delicious. Another really good dish was the zucchini salad or cucumber salad.
They're both in there, yeah.
Chili crunch was my favorite. Can you tell us about that dish too?
Yeah, so the zucchini and cucumber course, kind of a salad, so it was, like ribbons of cucumber and zucchini, which are very summer. And, we salted those so they get a little soft, but they still, retain their crunch. And that gets topped with a little bit of finger lime, which are these little caviar lime pearls that when you bite into them, they burst into your mouth of citrus. Yeah, super good. And we made a mac nut chili crunch, and always trying to use like a local ingredient wherever I can. And so we made a mac nut chili crunch, and that's pretty much just fried garlic, chilies, ginger, and mac nuts. And then when you fry them and then put them in the oil after they're done frying, they stay like super crunchy.
Okay. And all the other staff in the kitchen, I saw a lot of sort of mentoring and like education as you were cooking. Is that typical for you?
Yeah, any kitchen should, be like that. It's always, giving constructive criticism too, and I want everybody in there to be a chef one day, We got to think about like the person at the end that we're serving it to, You try to always like cook with like you're serving somebody you love.
It makes the food taste better.
Exactly.
That and the local ingredients.
Yes.
So as far as acquiring the local ingredients, how long does that take?
Most of the time, no farmer is going to come to you, with all that. You got to go to them. You got to go to the farmer's market. You got to meet them. You got to start those relationships. Whereas not getting local, it's so easy. You could just pick up a phone and have something delivered, to your door. So you got to do some legwork. You got to make some relationships. You got to go out there. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work getting local, but I think it's worth it for the, for the flavor. You're only as good as your ingredients. That's what I like to say. When you're searching for the best tasting thing or the best tasting dish and you're trying to make the best tasting food, you're usually searching for the best ingredients, so that's where it starts. And yeah.
Where can people go if they want more information about the lodge or these delicious dinners that you guys have?
Yeah, so you guys can check us out at KOKELodge.com or check out our Instagram. There's a link on our website for the dinners where you can check out past menus or make a reservation.
Okay, and bring napkins because you're gonna drool. That's my recommendation. Do you have any recommendations before people come for dining here?
Come hungry. It's a lot of food.
It is a lot of food. It's great. Thank you so much, Chef, for sitting with me today, and I'm gonna see you at the next dinner.
Awesome. See you there.
Can't wait. Okay.
Thank you to Chef Garcia and the staff at Kōkeʻe Lodge. I definitely plan on going back. All right, this week's photo behind me, taken in Kalaheo, was submitted by our engineer, Max Richardson. Not only is he cracked at running the board over there, he's got a pretty good eye, too. If you'd like to submit a photo for next week, go to hoʻike.org and scroll down to submit a photo. All right, Kauai, that's all the Hōʻike we have for you this week. I'm Trisha Allen, wishing you love and aloha. Another show bites the dust.
The Hōʻike Weekly has been made possible in part by the Rice Street Business Association, the Kauai Island Utility Cooperative, and Violi Properties.